Thanks to crypto, I've been living here in Bali for the past 4 years.
Same, brother.
Explaining Bitcoin, the blockchain,
Wow,
and so
okay.
on. How you could take coins, stake them, and earn kind of passive income. I
When was
got
the
into
first
crypto
Touchpoint?
2017.
That's early, bro.
It's pretty early, so now I'm on my, let's say, third cycle. First, I bought Litecoin.
What's going on?
What's going on? I was like, I'm gonna be rich.
Oh, you got your first profits with crypto?
Correct. And I reinvested that in real estate. I got my first property.
Okay. Brother, that's
It's
crazy.
insane. It's insane, man. It's insane.
That's insane, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is like the first, it was kind of the jackpot.
You were thinking about property when you were 16, and now you're like basically made the best deal ever.
Yeah. I'm here living in Bali, owning a property as a like 23, 24-year-old.
Easily passive income,
Yeah.
trading on the side.
Yeah.
Your kids don't have to work anymore.
Yeah.
Khalas, bro, you made it. All right, Ivan, episode number 4. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Bro, it's a special episode because usually I'm ordering these shishas, but it's so early today. You requested a really early podcast. So I was trying to still get them, but they said, nah, it's too early, brother. So this is my own shisha from home. I prepared this myself. So this is actually a special one because it's with love.
Oh, that's even. It's gonna be even better.
It's
then,
going to be even
100%.
better. Enjoy it, brother.
Nice.
But this one we have to share because I just have one shisha.
No
but that's
worries.
okay.
Sharing
That's
is
okay.
caring, right?
Of course. I had Ennis here, right? Our mutual friend.
Yeah.
Episode number 2. I called him how did I call him? The Moroccan coffee baron. So we know each other from Ennis, right?
Yes.
We met, actually we only met once, right? At the dinner.
Yep.
Ennis was hosting the dinner. He was organizing it. And we talked a bit there, right? We talked a bit what you do. You told me a bit that you do crypto. But you didn't really tell me what exactly you do in terms of crypto, because obviously you can do 1,000 things when you do crypto, right?
Yeah.
So if someone says like, I do crypto, okay, did you just buy a shitcoin, or do you actually trade, or do you do NFTs? There's a lot of things. And so, we're gonna talk about your crypto journey, right? And you still do it.
I'm still doing. I mean,
So
now
is your main thing?
it's not. Well, now it's starting to become main again because, of course, you have the bull market coming and
Yeah. So
but
we're gonna,
but-
we're definitely gonna talk about the bull market because I'm also into crypto, right? My crypto journey started last bull market, 2021 in February. February 2021. I didn't even know what Ethereum is,
crazy.
But I was really deep into it. I digged into the crypto scene, and then also, what you're not only doing crypto, you also do like property business, right?
Correct. Yeah. Here I have a real estate business, small scale. Wanna.
Don't talk. You do property.
No. Okay.
You do
Yeah.
property, bro. I have villas.
Property. Villas.
Yeah.
Manage a couple of villas here. I have some project going on in construction right now as well. So yeah, do you want me to go? I can, give you my
We start with a quick introduction, obviously, right? Because the audience, they don't know you.
Yes.
So maybe you can just tell us real quick who you are.
Yes. So my name is Ivan. I come from Italy, right? My dad is from south of Italy.
Nice.
My mom is French, so I'm a mixed.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Bro, what is this mix? You
Yes.
speak both languages.
I speak both. Yeah. Correct.
Brother, you're blessed.
Yeah.
I speak German, bro.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not blessed. But you couldn't.
Man, I tried in university. I tried learning German for 3 years. Not a chance, man. I swear it was the hardest course I had.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there's something I heard about German, but I don't know if it's true because obviously Arabic and stuff is also a crazy language. But I heard something that one human life is not enough to speak German fluent.
Yeah.
Like fluent.
Yeah.
But there's some things when I talk German, I'm like, bro, how am I supposed to tell someone who's not speaking German what I just said? It's like this. Anyway. Italy, South Italy.
Yes. So I was born in Rome, grew up there, lived there about 10 years.
In Rome, yeah?
In Rome, yeah. A bit on the outskirts of Rome. Nice childhood, very, good family.
Yeah.
I had a brother and sisters. And then my mom got an opportunity to go abroad. So we moved to the Netherlands.
Okay.
Yes.
You speak Dutch?
A little bit as well.
Oh, relax,
Beetje.
man.
Yeah.
Relax, bro. No, this is, okay.
Yeah. So again, from like a very young age, I was, like you said, blessed
Yeah.
with having this, being surrounded by already 2 languages.
Yeah.
And then, moving to another country already. That's one of the biggest blessing a kid can have because it opens your mind. It, makes you get to know people from many different cultures.
Or
It's
would you
amazing.
say every kid would say that? Because there's also a lot of kids, like, because you moved when you were 10, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of kids that are like, okay, I lost my friends. I started at zero, right? Especially as a kid, it's not easy to make like new connections, right?
Well, it's... Of course, yeah, I left. I had my friends. I was sad in the moment.
Yeah.
But then once I arrived in Holland, you make other friends.
Yeah.
Especially when you're kids, you always go play. You play football in the
It's easy,
school
Yeah.
backyard, and now I have amazing friendships that came from that. That if I would have just stayed in Italy,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. I always thank my parents for that, for giving me that opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, okay, let's start with Rome. Do you remember a lot of things? And because I mean, you still went to school, right?
Yeah.
So how was it? I mean, you didn't really have your teenager age in Rome, right? But
No.
but still, like, how was Rome as a kid?
It was.
I was there once.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
liked
nice
it?
city, but I was there as a tourist, bro. I see the Colosseum.
Colosseum,
You drink
yeah.
a coffee and then you leave.
Yeah.
But how was Rome actually?
So I was a bit outside Rome, in the outskirts. I gotta say, I do remember a couple of things, but I remember going to school, like public school, very normal, very normal place.
Yeah.
I would say it was quite normal, really.
Okay,
It was
okay.
nothing
So
crazy. Nothing special.
nothing
I mean,
special.
I had good friends.
Yeah.
We would.
I mean, you were there until 10, so nothing
Yeah,
really
exactly.
nothing really happened, right?
I just remember, playing around with my friends,
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to
yeah.
birthday parties, and
Yeah. And what about Netherlands? Where exactly you moved?
in The Hague. I went to an international school.
Okay.
So already that was
Mixed
It was
race.
amazing. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
amazing. We
Mhm.
met people from all over the world. Loved it. And it was honestly, growing up there was a very good experience. As I said before, it opens your mind. You meet people from all over the world.
Yeah,
You learn
yeah, yeah.
languages. You learn things that I wouldn't have if I would have stayed in Italy. Like, I look back now and I have some friends which are kind of still stuck there. Maybe I'm sure you might have that as well.
Of course.
When you have friends from childhood that you love them so much, but they're kind of still stuck in their
Yeah.
own little bubble in Italy. They're maybe scared to go out of their comfort zone,
Yeah.
and that helped a lot.
Yeah.
So I managed to do it once and kind of come out of your shell, right? It was amazing, Holland.
You went to university?
So I stayed in Holland for 6 years. Did most of my middle school, high school.
So until 16, 17?
Until 16, correct.
Okay.
Then once again, I moved to Spain.
Okay, bro, relax.
Yeah. So it was...
Well, you had an amazing life so
yeah,
far.
Yeah, well, I can't complain. Man.
Okay.
I can't complain. Yeah.
But why did you move so much, if I can ask?
My mom's job. So my mom was working for the European Union. In The Hague, she was working in the European Court,
Okay.
Justice Court.
Okay,
Court
crazy.
Justice, yeah.
Okay.
And then after she got another opportunity where she was like, "Oh, I'm tired of Dutch weather, the cold,
Let's
the
go to
rain."
Spain.
She's like, "Let's go to Spain." And
Okay.
then I think there it was harder for me than from when I left
Makes
from
sense.
Italy.
Yeah.
Because I was already older. I had really good friends.
It's a
And
complicated age also.
Yeah, 16. Yeah.
You think that you're already a man, but you're nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
So
Where to Spain?
Alicante,
Heard about it. I don't know where it is.
2 hours from Valencia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how was it there? Like,
Also, so I also went to a European school there, but fitting in, it took me a bit longer, to be honest. Because everybody already knew each other, they had their
Yeah.
groups.
but you speak the language,
I
right?
speak Spanish, yes, as well. I learned it
How
there.
many languages you speaking, brother?
So English, French, Italian, Spanish, a little bit of Dutch, whatever, where I remember.
Bahasa.
Bahasa sedikit, a little
Sedikit.
bit. I should know more, 100%. I feel a bit ashamed about that.
But you live here already 20 years. You should.
Yeah, I feel a bit ashamed about that. But anyways, I'm always try to speak it with the locals.
Yeah.
Because Bahasa in the end, it's mostly vocab.
What's
So-
an easy language? One of
It's
the
very-
easiest.
yeah,
brother. No
100%.
tenses.
Nah, it's just
some
like-
sentences
yeah.
just like two
Just-
words.
that's why vocabulary, you learn the vocab, you know it, you can put it together
Yeah.
relatively
Yeah,
easy.
yeah. But even me, the problem is with, let's say Canggu. The problem with Canggu is that even me, as a half Indonesian, you know that I'm half
Ah,
Indonesian,
you're half
right?
Indonesian?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
half
okay.
Indonesian.
No,
brother.
I did not. I did
Yeah.
not. Okay.
So even me, when I talk with the people here, with the locals, they're like, what this bule, man? Like,
What does he want?
how long
Yeah.
do you live here, man? Like, why do you just talk English with me?
Yeah,
Like they don't take me serious. So I'm never talking in Bahasa,
Yeah.
just talking in English. That's the problem.
And they
So-
reply to you in English.
That's the
well.
thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm trying. I want to speak with them bars. I respect them, but they're like, okay, just in English. But whatever. Okay, so let's talk about Spain. Did you go to university?
I just finished my high school in Spain.
Okay.
So I graduated there. As I said, it took me a bit longer to kind of fit in with the people because I already had the groups. Plus, there was Spanish people. They're friendly, but they can also be very closed in a way. Right?
Okay.
So I was kind of the new kid. I didn't know where, how to fit in the best. But then it took me, after the first year, let's say, I managed to fit in well.
Okay.
I had a good crew as well.
And then after Spain?
After Spain, so I graduated. I was like, what do I do? I want to go to university. I had a couple of options. I was like, I want to go back to Holland because I loved it so much.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy, actually. You lived in Italy, you've been in Spain, and then you said, no, you know what, Netherlands is my place.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I felt a strong connection
to
the Netherlands, and
so you moved back? Or?
I went back, but then this time not to the Hague, but to Rotterdam.
Okay.
So I did my started one study there at Erasmus University, business.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it too much. It wasn't really my thing. So after 1 year, I just decided to change. I changed university to the Applied Sciences University.
Okay.
So it's, again, like your podcast is to do. Applied Sciences means taking it into action, right? The Erasmus is a lot more, study from the books.
Yeah.
A lot more theoretical.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm more of a practical person.
Same.
And I felt much more comfortable.
Yeah, makes sense.
Course, yeah.
Makes sense.
Met amazing people as well.
Yeah.
Over there, and it was business and languages, and that's why I started learning German. I was like, let me learn German, because why not? I want to make my life difficult.
But can you speak German? No. A little bit.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I told you at the beginning it was the hardest course I had.
Yeah.
Throughout the 4 years. I had nights where I was like, honestly, after like economics, no man, German was the hardest. Yeah, 100%. Nightmares.
Even you are so blessed with languages, you can speak so many
languages.
Yeah,
but that's the thing also. Since I spoke Dutch a little bit as well, I would mix it.
That's true, actually.
So I got confused, and if I was doing presentations, then the Dutch would come out, and the guy.
I'm gonna get hate comments now in this under this podcast, but I'm always saying Dutch is like the drunk version of German. I swear, I don't like the Dutch. I mean, I speak German. I cannot complain. German also doesn't really sound sexy or something like this. But yeah, Dutch definitely not a sexy
there's
language.
definitely a thing also.
Whether you speak Italian, you speak Spanish, you speak French, you have the languages you should speak. To be sexy.
Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah.
Okay, and then let's talk about your. Okay, we talked about school, university, and stuff. But what was your first job like? Did you actually do something already yourself, or when you went to university, were you already thinking like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna do things myself? I'm gonna be an entrepreneur, or were you always like, you know what, I'm just gonna find a normal job?
So already, when I was a kid, we would go on holiday with my family to Croatia. Beautiful place. Before it was even hyped up, like 2000s, and I was always like, in a way, trying to do stuff, right? So I was a kid, and I saw my mom. She was making some bracelets for us, and I was like, oh, you know what? Why don't I start making some small bracelets and selling them to people? So we just set up spend my days, like my summers, not all the summers, but a couple of hours a day making these bracelets and then selling them to people, like 10 cents, 20 cents.
The bracelet dealer.
Like, small bracelets, and I was like, okay.
That's how it started.
That's kind of how it started. I mean, I never really brought it to like a big scale.
Of course. But this is like already the thinking about that, these nice bracelets, you know what, I'm going to sell them,
Correct.
This is like a norm. It's not a common thing. And then what was the next thing?
And then, so during university, I was... so like I said, the university was applied sciences. So like they want you to do...
Practical things.
Practical things, exactly. So we had a couple of projects where we had to start like... a company, choose a product and sell it, market it, and so on.
Nice.
So we were working with a team, and back then I think the product we chose was a electronic lighter, like a jet lighter.
So it was more like technical products.
Yeah.
And what was your part of the team? Were you managing the thing, or
we were. So I don't even remember, to be honest.
Okay.
It was a bit messy. You know how it is with university. Maybe some people didn't. Maybe we didn't take it super seriously. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But it was still a good experience. You
Of
know,
course.
talking with suppliers.
Yeah.
Seeing how it can be difficult negotiating as well.
Mhm.
So, and we did relatively well. I wouldn't say it went crazy, but it was okay. It was a good fun project to get started. Back then we were maybe 21. So. Yeah.
These are the things you should learn in university.
100%. Instead of, I mean, it's good to have the theory,
Yeah.
but if you don't put the theory into practice, then
Yeah. But
It's
it's
very
definitely
difficult.
better than, I don't know, like physics or something like this. Things like you will never use again, you know?
I mean, unless you become a physicist
Yeah.
or Elon Musk trying to put
Something
rockets
on the
into
Mars.
space. Yeah, exactly.
And but other than that, okay, like
So
bracelet
other
dealer.
than that, I was just working a normal job at Hollister.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to work
The dark room.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
dark
yeah,
room.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was just like, okay, you know what? Let me just save up some money and.
Okay. Is Hollister actually still a thing?
I think it is.
Yeah?
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never entered this kind of. I just saw from outside like they switched the light off. I was like, maybe it's closed.
Yeah, yeah, it's very dark. But when I started working there, it was 2020 maybe, and it was very dark. Then after a bit, they were like, okay, let's bring a bit of life into this place because like people will get depressed.
Pay the electricity bill.
Yeah, let's like we're making some money. Let's pay the electricity bill.
Yeah.
And so yeah, because I remember I had a friend who was working. I was just looking for some
Yeah.
way to, because also living in Holland is not super cheap. So I was like, yeah, I need to make some money somehow.
Okay.
And yeah, I worked there a couple of years just to save up.
Okay.
And then, so I got into actually going back to crypto.
Yeah. So let's talk about when did you start crypto?
I
When was
got
the
into
first
crypto
Touchpoint?
2017.
That's early, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still not crazy early, but it's early.
It's pretty early. So now I'm on my, let's say, third cycle.
Okay.
Right.
How old were you that time?
2017. Where was I? 21.
21.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you get touch with like?
So actually, I was doing my internship in France,
Okay.
which is part of my studies,
Okay.
and I was working for this medical company. They used to produce and sell medical equipment, so like masks, gloves, stuff like that. And I was a bit bored. Well, you know how it is in internships. Sometimes they don't take you too seriously. Like you want to do stuff and propose things, but they're like, yeah, he's just the intern. Like,
Yeah.
and I was constantly like, okay, I want to do something online. I want to, find a way to make some money online, because you started hearing people like making
Okay.
money online. I was like, there must be a way, right?
Yeah.
So then I was on Instagram and I see this ad for a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Which one was it?
Electronium.
Oh.
It was.
Fuck
It was. Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
Now it's. I mean, it's still
Okay.
alive.
So that was the first coin you ever heard of.
That's the first
before
coin.
Bitcoin.
Before Bitcoin, actually.
That's
It was
crazy.
No, I heard of Bitcoin.
Okay.
Bitcoin.
Okay.
But then this one, Electronium, is
Okay.
the one that actually got me into it.
Yeah, for me it was Cardano actually. By the
Yeah?
way. Yeah.
Okay,
But yeah,
okay.
continue.
Yeah, so Electron was super random
Mm-hmm.
coin, but I saw this ad, and basically what it was a coin that you could mine on your phone. So you could just download the app, mine it on your phone, and you could use it to top up your mobile data. Right? So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It actually has a utility.
Yeah, crazy.
You know, it's not like
okay.
many things that tell you, okay, we're doing this,
Yeah.
but you cannot actually use it in real life. So I was like, okay, this is cool. So I just downloaded the app. I started, mining it and so on. And then, of course, with that, I started learning more about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and actually the very first coin I bought after. Actually, I bought Litecoin. Because I was like, oh, it's not too expensive. I think back then it was maybe like $10.
Okay.
$20. So I was like, okay, let me buy one. Then I was like, with time, I was like, okay, it looks interesting. Started learning, watching YouTube videos, researching, and so on. And started putting more and more money in it. Not so much back then. I didn't have a lot. And then with time, so this was November. Yeah, it was like November 2017.
Okay.
So just before it started, it was September, sorry. It was September, October. So I started putting some money, and then by Christmas, like, I had put maybe 1,000 euros, and I saw it go up to like 8, 9, 10. I was like, oh, what is this? This is amazing.
What's going on?
What's going on? I was like, I'm gonna be rich. But yeah, of course, then as everybody does, in the first cycle, you're like, oh, it's gonna continue going up forever.
Correct.
And then,
so you did no profit.
I didn't take any profits.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So then I just wrote it down. Bear market. I was like, oh my god, you know, and I started like kept on putting a bit of money into it, but even then I was like, okay, I kind of put it aside, you know.
Yeah.
So then I continued. I was doing my university this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was just studying, and then maybe from time to time I would, you know, put some 100 euros to 100 euros, what I could save, right?
Yeah.
And
so you were still, while university, still like a bit like researching.
Yeah, I was still researching. I was actually doing a lot of. I was very passionate about it. I was doing presentation at the university, like
about crypto.
That's okay. Like explaining Bitcoin, the blockchain, and so on.
Nice. So there was a passion.
Yeah, honestly, I find it super super interesting. Like I said, the first like Electronium, for instance, it has a real use case scenarios, and it's still operating.
Yeah. And
for me, that's, you know, it's
something to share.
Yeah, something to share, teach people. Okay, also about the potential financial freedom that you can kind of get from it, right? But also the technology behind it.
Yeah.
Right? And so I would just learn more. Got into DeFi, so decentralized finance. How you could, you know, take coins, stake them, and earn, you know, kind of passive income in a way, but of course everything crashed. So in
university you were acting like, by the way, you can get passive income. But actually you just
I wasn't like fully pushing it to my friends. People were like, oh, what is he doing? Kind of like, because Bitcoin back then crypto in general wasn't really a thing. So I didn't really have anybody to go back and forth with, really.
Okay.
Which kind of.
So you were the only one doing it
in a way that I knew. Yeah, from the connections and people that I knew.
Yeah.
So it was, maybe if I had to go back, I would have maybe found someone else to.
Of course.
Yeah, then it would have maybe, you know, helped me take a different path, improve.
But why actually did you talk? Because obviously you talked with your friends about it, but they were genuinely not interested.
They were not really interested. Okay. They were like, it's kind of gambling. It's, you know, it's just Bitcoin is just a coin that.
It will fail and whatever, right?
It will fail, and just to buy drugs on the. On the dark web.
Yeah.
Whatnot. So I was a bit surprised that not many people were actually interested in it. I had a few friends that maybe we would, you know, it was like, oh, you should check this coin a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. And but again, I wasn't on it like full time. It was more like a side like passion kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah.
And then
I did my exchange.
Okay.
And I went to live in Chile, in South America.
Oh, this guy is, man. It's like living everywhere.
Oh man, I loved South America. It was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. Beautiful.
What
Santiago.
Did you do?
Just I had my exchange. So
exchange.
Okay.
6 months?
Correct. So I went to Santiago, the capital of Chile.
Yeah.
And I went to UDD, was like the Universidad de Desarrollo. Again, like also not a like a more practical university. But,
okay.
But yeah, it was pretty much 6 months of holiday.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
6 months of holiday, yeah.
And anyone there talking about Bitcoin or crypto?
A little bit as well. Back then it was... Again, it was more like passive thing. I was just... I remember like I was trying... But even then I was spending more money going out and, you know, I didn't... Really.
But there was also like it was a bear market, right? So
it was bear market.
Correct. So you're not. Really...
I was still trying to put like 50, 100, and of course I wish back then to have put more.
Of course, but you still like dollar cost average was a thing for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, as a student, it was, you know, it was.
But whatever, you know, it's about like you still like kind of investing money. So you do a smart thing with your money, not just putting on your bank or just.
Yeah, I mean, I knew 100% that leaving the money in the bank was
bank is a scam and crypto is the thing.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they can take your money.
Of course. They ask questions, things like this. Yeah. But okay, and then?
And then, going back to Chile was crazy times. We were partying a lot. I met awesome people. Traveled a lot. It's such a beautiful country. Chile is like it's a very thin country, but it spans throughout all of South America.
Okay.
So you have the desert in the north,
Yeah.
the icebergs in the south. Patagonia is insane. I would really recommend.
Yeah.
If you haven't been, yeah, it's amazing. You can see, you have everything.
Nice.
It's so beautiful, yeah.
So you had a nice time, 6 months.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
And then I went back to Holland, started working for this company to write the thesis, Housing Anywhere, so real estate in Holland.
That
So
was
real
the
estate
first
company.
real estate touch point.
In a way. I always kind of knew that I wanted to do stuff with real estate.
Okay, interesting.
Like when I was like maybe 15, 16, because I would see people like real estate is a good investment. And so I started working for this company, and I was writing my thesis on automation to handling clients, how to onboard them, because the platform was basically kind of an Airbnb, but for students and people traveling around and doing their exchange and so on. So
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
But what was the next step for crypto for you?
So the whole point of like why I was doing presentation back in university, because I wanted to, share what I knew, even if I'm no crazy guru, nothing. I just, I still want to share my knowledge.
Yeah.
I wanted to share my knowledge and teach people, be able to, because thanks to crypto, I've been living here in Bali for the past 4 years.
Same, brother.
Yeah.
Same.
So, I'm super grateful. I mean, I didn't become a millionaire, but maybe this bull market.
It's about, inshallah, bro.
Yeah, inshallah, exactly.
But it's about the fundamental. Like crypto, for me, built my fundamental.
Exactly.
Because of crypto, I was living in Dubai. Because of crypto, I'm living here now. So it opened a lot of doors for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Cheers, brother.
So, okay. And then, so you wanted to basically teach more people? Am I correct? Make it more... What did you do, like an online course or something?
So I have no. I mean, I was planning, but I was like, okay, maybe I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I'm not there yet. So I just have a small page where I try to post and give teach people what I know.
Like your own website or?
Yeah, just an Instagram page.
Okay.
Like I use it. It's for fun, pretty much.
Okay.
Where I explain what is the blockchain, what is Bitcoin, what is decentralized finance, and so on. And the goal is just, like I said, to teach people, share.
So not really monetizing it, just like for yourself.
Yeah, for myself.
Sharing some knowledge.
Yeah, sharing some knowledge.
Okay.
Maybe in the future monetizing it, but it's not the priority right
Okay,
now.
got
I
it.
just want to do it because I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put the pressure of like monetizing it and be too stressed about it. No, I'm the kind of person that like
Yeah.
I don't want to be too stressed about it. If things come, they will come.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's what I do. Did a couple of presentations again online. During COVID, everybody was kind of locked down, so people wanted to learn about these things, and it was popping up back then, the bull market.
Yeah.
And bull market 2021, made a bit of money. Nothing crazy, but it was, for me,
how?
I was happy.
How did you do money?
Just from the investment. So dollar cost averaging, and then at some point, I was like, okay.
So this time you were selling.
And this time I was like, I'm not going to make the same mistake.
Okay.
Of course, I didn't sell the top.
Yeah.
But,
you cannot.
It's, it's impossible. It's impossible to sell the top.
But you got your first profits with crypto.
Correct. And being here in Bali during COVID, I saw the huge opportunity. Okay, Bali is going to boom 100% after, once this COVID thing is done.
That was your, okay.
It's gonna explode. For
Yeah.
sure. I could see it and there were so many opportunities. Villa rentals.
Yeah.
You had crazy cheap prices.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I saw crypto started kind of dropping, and I sold everything around 45,000.
Nice.
So it was decent. And I reinvested that in real estate here. I got my first property.
Okay. Before we jump into Bali now, so when was the first time you actually heard about Bali? Because you're not just like sitting somewhere in Netherlands or something like that, and you're like, hey, you know what? There's a lot of opportunities in Bali, right? So something happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So okay, let's get back to that. So okay, I finished my university in Rotterdam, right? I finished my my thesis and so on with the real estate company, and I was like, do I want to continue studying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wanted to travel as well. I was like, I want to see the world,
Okay.
travel and enjoy as well. And so I was like, okay, let me pack my bags and came to Southeast Asia. With the plan was, so I was like, okay, let me do a master online,
Okay.
sports management.
So you wanted to do
Yeah.
sports management?
Yeah.
Oh, what was
Yeah,
this
super
switch?
super random.
Yeah.
Super random. But I was also like, I was in between, like, okay, maybe I love sports. I play football, basketball since I was a very little kid. So I was like, okay, let me just do something to continue to say, okay, I have a master's degree. I mean, I didn't take it too seriously, but it's a good way to continue my studies but travel at the same time.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
So I was doing that, and so I could travel as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let me do that.
So where did you go?
So I first went to Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed there 1 month. We did, what is it? Kopi, of course.
Copy P. Nice.
We're just partying.
Yeah.
And then I did a bit of Krabi, Kolanta.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed there about a month, travel around.
That was 2020 or?
That was January 2020.
Okay, so COVID was already...
Not really. So it was really the beginning. Maybe in China.
Yeah. People were falling on the street. Yeah.
And so I went to Thailand. And the plan was, okay, I'm going to travel around, do my master's online. You know, it was quite chill. Didn't have to study too much, like 2-3 hours a day was enough. With the plan to travel a bit and then go to Australia.
Okay.
Do my work and travel, because I've been hearing people like doing this experience, traveling around Australia.
Yeah.
You can make good money as well there.
That's the German thing, Australia. I swear, it's the German thing. Like every German, they go university and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna go 1 year now, Australia.
Yeah, because it's a great opportunity to travel.
Yeah.
You can work, earn
good money.
Yeah, good money
Really
for
good
doing
money.
very simple jobs.
Correct.
And you can save that, and then a lot of people like do
Continue in Southeast Asia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Correct.
So did you do that?
Well, COVID happened, right? So I was Thailand 1 month. I came to Bali 1 month in February.
Okay.
Stayed here. I loved it. Actually, had a very good time. And then I was doing my visa run.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I want to come back. So I went to Vietnam for 2 weeks for my visa run. Stayed there. I had some friends actually that I had met in Thailand.
Okay.
So I was like, let me go visit them. And then because I was traveling with an old friend.
Yeah.
And he was in Singapore then.
Okay.
Right? And then this kind of COVID noise started coming out, like, oh, this, super dangerous disease is spreading. I was like, okay. So I joined my friend in Singapore, stayed there for a little bit, see how things move forward.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay, maybe we shouldn't stay here in Singapore, because if there's going to be a lockdown, it's not the best place to be.
Makes sense.
Right? So one morning, we decided to, because they were canceling flights. Like, if you would buy a flight online and then the next day they would just cancel it. So we're like, okay, instead of just buying the flight online, let's go to the airport early in the morning, go to the counter, and see what flights are actually going to leave.
No way.
Right? So we asked them, where can we go? And they gave us 2 options, Thailand or Bali. Right? And I was no doubt, Bali, 100%, because I had this feeling.
I love that actually. So you let the universe decide. You know what? Let's go to the airport. Let's see what the universe is giving us. And then you choose Bali, okay? And then you went back to Bali because you love Bali.
Correct. So came back here, and literally 2 days before the airport's lockdown, it was the 20th of March.
Bro, exactly that day, I left Bali. Yeah, I had to, bro.
Yeah,
I had to. I was in Gili that day, and then I was supposed to go back to Jakarta, see my family, and then go to Germany. But we had to change the flights, otherwise we couldn't go back to Germany. And I was here. I was here with my ex, and she really wanted to go back, and so that's why. But something told me like, you should stay in Bali. Something's gonna happen. It's gonna be nice here. Yeah. You can talk about it. What happened?
Yeah, what happened? Was crazy times during Bali, actually, Bali lockdown. So the first month we just stayed in a villa with
we just stayed in the villa.
We just stayed in the villa,
Exactly.
we weren't, because we were still like, okay, it's still early. Mm-hmm. We didn't really know what COVID was. We're like, maybe let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Then after a couple of weeks, we started, talking to people.
Yeah.
And like on Tinder, on this like apps to see, what's going on. and we got invited to a bunch of parties,
Mhm.
and then after that, it just exploded. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, just people were having the time of their lives here in Bali. It was insane. Yeah.
But it was not
Party-
really like, it was not, yeah, can you maybe describe a bit like how actually the time here was different like to now?
So back then, of course, the borders were closed,
Mm-hmm.
but you had a very close community.
So there was no chance to enter Bali, but also to leave Bali. Was it like this?
No, you had the chance.
Okay, there was.
People, it wasn't really known, but basically you just had to pay for your visa.
Okay.
You just had to pay for your visa, and you would come. Like
Okay.
you could buy it online, like you get the visa on arrival now. You had the business visa,
Mm.
so it was
Okay.
kind of like a glitch
Gray
in the
zone.
system.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and so then during COVID, okay, we were pretty much partying a lot, meeting a lot of people, meeting a lot of business owners here in Bali, because they ended up staying here,
Mhm.
and that's what actually gave us a lot of opportunities as well. We met people like owners from managers from La Brisa and
Yeah.
you know big people here in Bali. So it's
Yeah.
you know, a person from, you know, just coming from university, not knowing anything, getting to meet.
But this is Bali in general, if you think about it, bro. Like when I go to a dinner, there's always, when there's like new people sitting at the table, there's always like my friend next to me, like, hey, bro, by the way, this guy, like, he's doing this and this and this.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's doing this, you know? Like, craziest business
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
That's why I started this podcast,
Yeah.
you know? Because we are surrounded by crazy people, actually.
Yeah.
Especially the people who live here
Yeah.
or moved here, right? But, okay, so you went to Bali and you talked about that the opportunities and the properties and stuff like this. But when were you actually thinking about buying a property?
So, I was during COVID, the first few months, I was like the crypto bull. You had the COVID crash, then I lost a bit of money trading. I had a leverage position on Bitcoin, and I remember I was like,
So you traded already?
yeah, I was trading.
Okay, when did that start?
I started trading properly when I came here, because I was like, okay, I need to make money somehow. Let me trade.
2020.
2020, yeah.
And you just started by your own?
Yeah, I just started by myself, like, you know,
Okay.
YouTube,
Okay.
the internet. You can find everything.
Putting some leverage on and then
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah.
In the beginning, losing a lot of money.
The beginning, losing a lot of money. I remember with the COVID crash, I think I lost 10 or 15,000.
Yeah.
10 or 15,000 USD, which back then was maybe 0.3 or 0.4 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. It was tough. It was tough.
Yeah.
But then, you know, started building it back slowly.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'm not going to use leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if I do, very like 2, 3, max 5%.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, I don't want to go through that pain of losing, you know, because 15,000. Even back then, I had no job. I was just, you know,
Okay.
trying to survive here in
Yeah.
Bali. And then next couple of months, I managed to, you know, make a bit of money trading.
So you were actually you were actually decent in trading, or how?
I don't consider myself a very good trader, but of course, with the bull market, it helps.
It's easy.
Yeah.
You just go along everything and then you do money.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've learned a lot since then, and I don't consider myself a crazy trader.
Yeah.
But you know, good enough to be able to live here, and that for me, that's the most important thing.
That's
the
enough.
freedom,
Correct.
the freedom to be able to, you know, live in a place that I love.
Yep.
And you know, do these kind of things. Meet people with the same mentality.
Yeah. And then I mean, okay, so you lost a bit of money.
A bit of
but
money.
You were also able to make a bit of money.
Make the money back, and then of course,
Yeah.
compared to the previous bull run, I was like, let me not make the same mistake.
Yeah.
Took the money out and I reinvested in my first property here.
Okay. And how did this started, the property first investment?
So actually, I was I was already thinking about it, talking with you know, with everybody. I saw a bunch of people doing it here as well, and I was like, okay, I think it's the right time now. It's the right time. So I started looking actually with my girlfriend as well.
Okay.
I told her, yeah, we should definitely. I think it's the perfect moment to do
You
it.
met her in Bali?
Yeah, we met here
Okay.
in Bali actually.
Okay. During COVID.
Yeah, during COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Yeah. So like during COVID, I was talking about this actually with a bunch of friends. The people that were together during COVID and then got stuck together in an apartment, they either break up or you kind of meet the love of your life as well.
Oh yeah.
You know?
And this the second thing happened to you.
Second thing happened for me. Yeah. Amazing person. Yeah. 100%.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
Happy for you, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Right.
Especially in Bali, it's fucking hard.
It's difficult. Yeah.
It's really
difficult.
hard.
Yeah.
People say it's impossible, but
I don't think so.
It's hard, bro.
It's hard, definitely. But like,
especially in Canggu.
Yeah, especially in Canggu. Yeah. But the first year I was single, so I also,
Yeah.
You have the
experience.
Canggu, the Canggu experience. Okay. You have to go through it. It can be fun, but also it's a bit toxic, let's say.
Correct.
But you learn from that. You learn from that, right? And then at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm done. Kind of. Let me just focus on myself. Focus on trading and so on. And then I met, my girlfriend. She just, like I said at the beginning, I let things come to me. Yeah. Of course, you do stuff, but you patiently wait.
Receive.
Yeah.
And then, so you were trading that time. You bought the first property, right? And then what was the next step?
So, but the first property, it was a local, like 3-bedroom villa, nice pool, and then we decided to do renovations.
And it was crazy cheap, right?
It was crazy.
Can you talk about the prices, compared to now?
So compared to now, how it works here in Bali is you cannot really own property as a foreigner.
What does that mean?
Because they do it in order to kind of protect the local people in a way, because otherwise the Western mindset, they come here, they buy everything, and then nothing is left for the locals. So they kind of set these regulations that you can only lease.
For how long?
Up to you. You have it's pretty much flexible. You can, and this is called leasehold.
Leasehold,
right?
Okay.
So it's a long-term lease, like 15, 20, 30 years, right? So you have the right to lease this property.
Okay.
But then after that 30 years, the property goes back to the owner, to the local.
But you can also go for 100 years.
You can go for 100 years, and this is called freehold.
Okay.
But you would have to set up a company and put it under the company, because the company is considered a local entity.
Okay. So the company owns it, but you're the company owner, so kind of this way.
It's a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
So this property, so the profit that I took from crypto, I decided to reinvest them in this property. And what I did is, also because it wasn't a crazy amount of money, I was like, okay, I need to still be smart with the money.
Correct.
And I decided to negotiate in a certain way that I don't have to pay everything up front. Mm-hmm. So I negotiated 15, 20 years contract, renewable, and I pay every 5 years.
Oh, smart.
Right?
Okay. So that's the thing. You can easily do that, yeah?
Yeah, you can. I mean, here in Bali, especially with the locals, you can negotiate. Well, you have no limitations.
Yeah. Because you kind of change their life, right? When you invest into
Correct,
them.
as well.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
So
that's the thing. There's not one way to do it. Right? You can be as creative as you want. If you want to pay 1 year,
there's not really regulations. You can just set them by yourself.
Yeah. But it's finding an agreement with the other party, right?
Interesting.
Person.
Okay.
So you can just be creative. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to pay 5 years up front. And back then it was crazy cheap. The 5 years was 20,000 US.
20,000 US for 5 years, lease. 3-bedroom villa.
Yeah, with pool and then of course I paid about 45,000 for renovations to make it nice, modern, minimalistic style.
That's no money.
That's nothing.
We're talking about a 3-bedroom villa, brother.
Yeah.
For 50,000 euro in Frankfurt, where I'm from, you get a small, maybe the bin, outside.
Yeah.
That's it, brother. You get nothing.
Yeah, you get nothing. So that's why I was like, even people here, you come with a little bit of money, you can slowly build up.
Yeah. So you hit the perfect time to buy a property, right?
Yeah.
And then how did you Did you live there by yourself, or did you?
I lived there with my girlfriend while we were doing the renovations.
Yeah.
Right? We were because one thing they told me, if you're doing a project here, you have to be behind the workers. Mm-hmm. We had a contractor, we had a designer that helped us, actually a friend of my girlfriend that she's been working here already for 6 years. Mm-hmm. So she had the contractor, so kind of we trusted him a little more than
local guy.
Yeah, local guy.
Okay.
Local guy. Very, very nice, very nice.
Okay.
Pakwayan.
Okay. Still working with him?
Sorry?
Still working with him?
From time to time, yeah. Okay. From time to time. Now I don't. Now I mostly focus on management.
Mm-hmm.
So I just help people rent the villas on Airbnb, booking, and so on. And we
Okay.
have a couple of projects building, but
Okay.
a bit of everything. But so yeah, then finished the renovations in this villa, and started renting it out. Yeah, and it was talking about the prices now.
Yeah, let's talk about the prices.
The prices now probably like 4-5x the price, the amount like that that I would have paid. Now minimum for a year for that villa, you would rent it out for maybe between 20 to 30,000 US per year.
So what you paid for 5 years for 1 year.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, of course,
We're
now
talking about 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Difference.
Yeah.
That's
Not
crazy.
even. This changed in because we finished the renovations in May 2022,
Uh-huh.
so 2 years ago.
So you easily 5x a property
Yeah.
within not even 2 years.
And the good thing is, you didn't have to I didn't have to put too much money up front.
yeah.
So it kind of kept cash flow.
Yeah.
Which is
So
actually
you're renting out the villa, right?
important. Yeah, no, it's renting.
And can I ask about the rent? How much you're earning per month? with
Per
this one?
month is about 3,500 US per month. Yeah.
But what is this ROI?
This isn't. I mean, of course, like since I got it such a cheap deal, is the ROI is maybe
Brother, that's
it's
crazy.
insane. It's insane, man. It's insane.
That's insane,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Okay.
But this is like the first. It was kind of the jackpot
of
that
course.
helped me.
Dude, you were thinking about property when you were 16, and now you're like basically made the best deal ever.
Yeah.
It's
I
insane.
was like, holy shit. I'm here living in Bali, owning a property as a 23, 24-year-old that
Easily passive income,
yeah.
trading on the side.
trading on the side.
Khalas, bro, you made it.
I mean, there's still a long way to go,
Yeah.
but like I said,
But this is nice,
The
you know,
freedom.
for people to see like that things like
you
this.
don't need
Of
much.
course.
You don't need to be a millionaire.
Just
You don't
be a
need-
bit smart
Yeah.
and do the step.
Yeah.
You know, just like not talk about it like, yeah, okay, maybe I'm gonna buy a property or something like this. No, just do it. You know.
Don't be scared. And I mean, you're gonna make mistakes for sure, but
Yeah, and especially this young age, it's okay to make mistakes.
100%.
You know,
If you don't make them now, when?
Yeah. Correct. You learn
Right.
the hard way.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so then you were thinking, okay, you know what, I'm gonna get more property. So what was the next step?
Correct. So next, I started telling my father, my family back home.
Hey, I'm doing things here in
Yeah,
Bali.
yeah,
It's working.
There's so much potential, right? So I was like, okay. So I got a bunch of people to put some money together, and we got another property. Also, again, similar format. We don't actually just buy it up front because we're like, okay, we don't want to risk too much.
Mm-hmm. So the same deal, 5 years,
3 years.
3 years, okay.
3 years negotiable. But the thing is now, this villa was ready. So it was another business owner that
Mhm.
had this villa, beautiful bamboo villa, by the way.
I saw it on the Instagram reel.
Correct.
Is that one right?
Correct,
With
yeah.
the cinema.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct, yeah. And because I was looking for opportunities to invest, I was like, okay, what's the next step? And I saw this bamboo villa, and I was like, okay, that's something. It's special.
Mhm.
You know, it's not like because here in Canggu, especially, you have a lot of beautiful villas, Mediterranean style, minimalistic, but you have so many of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Bamboo is a bit.
It's
It's more like a Ubud thing, but you have it
Correct.
here in Canggu.
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you took that from that business guy.
Yeah, so they were ready. They started renting it on Airbnb already. So I was like, okay, it's already making money.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of felt like a pretty safe bet.
And what was the deal exactly in terms of like numbers?
So we paid 3 years up front. It was 45,000 euros.
It's still crazy.
And
was that
we-
during Corona or after?
This was a year ago.
Last year.
Yeah.
45K, 3
3
years.
years.
Take
So it was
that
still a very good deal.
Okay.
It was still a very good deal.
And what was your calculation in terms of return of investment for that thing?
So ROI right now, after 1 year, we are already 170%, 180
That's insane.
in 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. And now we can renew the contract. So actually, I'm going to meet with the owner to see if we can
Yeah.
renew. Well, it was already written in the contract, but like to extend it for another year or 2 years and 3 years. So
Okay. So that was last year. Means you already have two properties back then. And then what happened?
And then with my father, we also found another opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
This one was a bit more rushed, and it's actually a proper build, which is we're building in Seminyak
Right now.
right. Yeah, it's
Still
one
construction.
unit in a 32 villa complex. Well, we bought one, but then we kind of get a slap in the face
Why?
because of course, being in Bali, you have to be careful,
What happened?
with people that you do business with. But basically, you hear this horror story pretty much everywhere. And
Can you talk about it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's very common here in Bali, so
Okay.
it's actually better to spread the word and
Okay.
make sure people are also careful about
So
it. But
for everyone who is doing property in Bali, listen now.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
What happened?
So it was a relatively cheap deal.
Listen, I'm gonna give you $1,000. Yep, you heard that right. And here's how you can grab it. Just create clips you enjoyed from the podcast, upload it to YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And for every video you reshare that gets 1 million views, I will give you $1,000. But hey, there's more. Every month, the most clicked clip creator will back $500 on top. Please just don't forget the magic hashtag #TalkAndDo on all your posts. That's your entry ticket into this competition. It is time to turn your creativity into cash. Good luck.
It was a 1-bedroom villa
Okay.
off plan for 20 years, 45 US. So basically, what I bought the other villa for 3 years, this was 20 years.
Sounds
So I
really
was
good.
like, wow, okay, sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
But we kind of did our due diligence, notary, everything.
Looks good. So
It looked good.
Mhm.
It looked good, And so the project starts.
okay.
So we started the project. It was April last year. So also about a year.
Okay.
Yeah. And villa starts the developer starts building it. It's going a bit slow, but it's all right. Then after a couple of months, we see it's going really, really slow.
The construction.
The construction.
Okay.
Yes, and it was supposed to be ready September last year,
Okay.
right? But then we start we stop getting replies from the developer, and we start smelling something is wrong.
Local guy.
Yeah, local guy. There's something wrong here, right? So, and long story short, the guy, he ran out of money. The developer ran out of money, and since it's an off-plan project, he couldn't pay the workers to finish the villa,
Okay.
right? So now we didn't pay everything up front, of course, because you would pay the last 25-30% once the villa is ready, right? But now pretty much what we have to do is invest our own money and finish it by ourselves.
So you lost how much?
It's not how much. It's not well. It's not how much we lost. It's more the time. The opportunity cost.
Makes sense.
Because we could have put that money instead of having put that money into the property. If I would have put that money into Bitcoin, I would be 2-3x up.
Yeah.
But it's
It is what it is.
it is what it is. We couldn't have known, right?
You always will learn the
And
hard
again,
way.
you learn the hard way. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough, but
This will never happen again.
correct. Correct.
And then, so you had to take care of this by your own.
So now we're still in the process of doing that. So we're finding different contractors to make quotations to see how much it would cost to finish.
Mhm.
And then just continue. You just find solutions to it. We see how much it's going to cost to finish the project, and then we either, depending on the situation, the market, we either rent it out yearly on Airbnb, or we just sell the property.
Yeah.
Which is still in a beautiful. It's still in a beautiful upcoming area as well. It's close to Seminyak, 5-10 minutes to the best clubs, the beach,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
see where
So-
we go from there.
So now we're in the present, right?
Now we're
Basically, you have, let's say, 3 properties, one's still construction, the other 2, they're going really well. But
Yeah.
you're not living in them, right? You're
Not
renting
living in
both
them,
of them.
no. I'm renting another place a bit further from Canggu to stay away from the You know,
From
to
the
have
crowd.
a bit of, to stay away from the crowd.
Meditate every day.
Well, not meditate every day.
Okay.
I'm
But trading right now. Every day.
trading, trading right now.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I woke up, I kind of saw my portfolio. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
I had a little
Same.
dip.
But I bought a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
The thing is now, getting into trading, I'm looking a lot into meme coins, shit coins.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. On
Solana.
Yeah, pink sale.
Yeah. Pink sale, yes.
I mean,
correct.
Same.
Pink sale,
Yeah. I just bought like a really I don't wanna make advertisement for any shit coins here, but yeah, some kitten coins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, and then so now we talked a bit about your trading journey, a bit about your property journey, right? Like, so what would you say is in terms of like investment tip, right? What would you recommend to the audience?
So of course everybody is in different situation.
Yeah.
But always. So for instance, as me, I saw the whole plan was I finish university, go work, make a bunch of money, and then reinvest it. Don't sit on cash for too long.
So invest into something.
Invest into something, whatever it is, something that you're passionate about, something that something that you're passionate about.
Yeah, but you should do your research, right?
Of course, always.
Because I'm always saying this. There's a lot of people coming to me like, Marcel, okay, you know about crypto, where should I invest? But I'm always saying, listen, I'm not going to tell you anything because you have to do your own research. Because if I'm telling you something and you don't know shit about the things, you will react with emotions, right?
Correct.
Because you're not like, okay, so I just bought like WeChain or I don't even know what that is. And I'm seeing like minus $1,000. So I bet I get my money before it goes to zero, you know? Because you don't know shit. That's why, So always when I give investing tips, right, I'm telling them, but first do your own research before you invest a single cent, right? Same with Bitcoin. Even 100%. Though I love Bitcoin, but like be careful, like you should know about it, as I said, because emotions is the number one thing in investing.
And especially in trading.
Especially in trading. Right?
Yeah.
Trading is a fight between how do you say it? It's a fight between
you and yourself.
No, not only. I would say it's a fight between emotions and logic thinking.
Yeah.
I would say like this. Would you agree?
100%
That's
managing your emotion, risk reward, and sticking to the plan.
Yeah. That's why I'm not a good trader. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm do some news trading, stuff like this. Maybe I'm following some signals from friends who are traders, but me myself, I'm not trading. I'm also way better in telling someone a trade than doing my own trade because I'm a greedy ass.
Yeah.
I see numbers, I'm like, it's not enough. Like, what should I do with this?
Yeah,
money?
exactly.
Like, fuck that shit, bro. Like,
let it run.
Give me 2-3 more X. This. So I'm not a good trader myself.
But it's good. It's good that you say that you're aware of it, because you can,
that's true.
Improve on that.
And what would you say? Okay, so in terms of investing, you would say, okay, just do your own research, but then at least invest into something.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, and don't be scared to invest.
If there's one tip I can give for investing is like DCA, dollar cost average, right? That's something I can really recommend. Basically, just like pick one day, no matter what day, or maybe one day a week, one day a month, whatever. Like this one Monday, right? And always put money that day into the market. No matter if Bitcoin is at 70,000 or 15,000, because when you do that, like consistently,
your entry price will balance out.
Yeah, you have the average price. That's why it's called dollar cost average, right? So that's something I can really recommend. Just when we talk about crypto, choose your favorite coins, like 3, 5, 4, whatever. Then just invest, let's say, for example, the first of Monday of every month into these coins, right?
100%.
This is what I would say, like in the long run, you will 100% make profits, right?
And now, actually, you can automate it.
Correct.
If you have Coinbase, you can set a date.
Yeah.
You say, okay, every first of the month, take €100 from my account and buy Bitcoin.
Correct.
And it does it automatic, so you don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah. So this dollar cost average thing I was just describing has an automation actually. So you can automate.
So
it,
simple.
Right?
So simple. Yeah.
So that's something I can really recommend.
Yeah. And actually, something very important as well that you said 3, 4, 5 coins. Also, do not diversify too much. Don't buy 20, 30, 40, 50 different coins.
Correct.
I think that's because maybe then you will spread your money too much around, and if one coin does 100% or 200%, you're just gonna make, you know, maybe if you put 100 on each, then you're too diversified. You will not make as much money as if instead you just choose 3-4 projects that you really deep dive into, and you allocate more money per project.
Also, because we mentioned shitcoins before, right? I want to also clarify here something, right? Because there's probably the younger generation watching this, they're like, oh, okay, there's shitcoins, there's like cat coins, you know, maybe they're just like on the side, they're checking pink sale, you know? So also,
careful, guys.
That's also something. When we talk about percentage, I would say 95% of my portfolio are in real like projects, coins, stuff like this. And I put 5% into those shit coins, you know, so.
Yeah, see this money as lost already.
You lose this you lose this money.
100%.
From you put money into 10 shit coins, 9 of them, maybe even 10 of them, you will lose it.
Yeah.
Right? Correct. So don't put too much into this.
Just put what you're comfortable losing.
Correct.
Don't put your life savings into it. Don't put, don't take out mortgage.
Yeah.
Don't.
Correct. There can be opportunities.
100%. Right? So that's why it's also like, again, personally, I'm trying to be a bit more degen, let's say, because I see the potential. I've learned. I have a bit more experience, so I think I will be able to handle it a bit more. So I do 50%, like 50% more stable. So the main Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on, and the rest 50 I do shitcoins.
Yeah.
But because I'm happy with that, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to take the risk. But again, no risk,
no reward.
No reward.
That's true. Yeah.
So 100%. I think I'm at the step where I'm like, okay, I want to make now. I'm happy like with everything I have, but I want to make life-changing money.
Yeah. Yeah. And every bull market, like literally every night is an opportunity to make life-changing money.
Correct.
You know, I'm talking about experience. 2021, there's a lot of things I did. A lot of crazy things happened to me. You know, I don't want to go too deep into this, but also like with a lot of like I have friends, brother. They were the top 2,000 holders of Shiba Inu. So you can imagine.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I have some friends. They made it already. You know, with a couple of shitcoins. So there is opportunities. You know, that like if you have this one gem, and you hold it, then your life can change.
Yeah.
Your kids don't have to work anymore.
Yeah. And that's it, like getting back into the why, the purpose.
Yeah.
Is not for me I'm not the kind of person that like brags or like, buys bling bling cars and so on. I mean, of course, if the money comes, once the money comes,
you're going to have your jet and stuff.
Yeah, you want to play around a bit, have the fun. But the most important is provide for, my family, retire my parents, my kids and so on.
Yeah. That's a
life. You gotta have a truthful purpose.
Correct.
Behind it, because if you're just doing it for the money, then you're also.
Bro, we are men. We are providers, right? Yeah. That should be your life goal.
Yeah.
To provide for your loved ones, right?
100%.
And I for me, it's the same thing. Number one thing for me is my mom. So everything I do, no matter what, the first place who will benefit from that is my mom.
100%.
And I think no matter who's watching this agrees that it's a crazy goal to call your mom. You're like, hey, you know what, mom? You can just say, fuck you, boss. Yeah. You can fly over to Bali or wherever. Yeah. And I'm going to buy you a nice property and you're going to live your life, Thanks for everything. I made it.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah, what I want to do is... Because my mom, she recently bought So she loves animals. She has horses, dogs in Alicante in the south of Spain since a very young kid. And she bought this pretty nice piece of land, but again, super cheap in Spain. Super, super cheap. It's crazy. 50,000 for 1 hectare.
Yeah.
It's insane. But anyways, and then she built a house on top. And for me, my goal is to pay off, go to the bank, pay off the debt and be like, Mom, you're good.
I have one friend who made this.
Yeah. That would just,
that's an amazing goal, brother.
Yeah.
I love that. I have one friend actually. He's 26, self-made millionaire. shout out. He knows exactly if he's gonna watch this video, and he also made the same thing. Like I think his parents, they were in debt like 800k or something, and just like one day, he said like, "Hey, I'm gonna." So they basically took this debt for a property, and he just went to his parents like, "Hey, I'm gonna buy your property."
That's amazing. Fuck.
So good, right?
That's
You're gonna live here for free.
Yeah.
And now you can travel.
Yeah.
Khalas. That's the goal, brother.
That's the goal. That's
Yeah.
the goal, man.
I love that. And okay, bro. Actually, I would love to talk more about crypto and trading. you
Yeah,
know?
there's I mean,
This
it's an
is
endless world.
But this is actually the first time. Like, okay, this is number 4 episode, obviously. And the other episodes, I really enjoyed them. But this is the first time I'm thinking like, okay, maybe this could be a part 2 where we talk more about crypto, more about
Definitely,
trading,
yeah,
because there's so
100%.
much to talk about,
This is a open world.
Never-ending story.
Yeah, never.
It's amazing,
Always,
NFTs and whatever, it's crazy.
now the real world assets now with fucking BlackRock.
Yeah.
Really focusing on that.
Correct. Now the doors are open, what's going to happen next, And I want to touch, let's talk about this. What do you think about the current market in 7 days? I think it's 7, yesterday I checked 7 days, 8 hours, last night.
Bitcoin halving.
The Bitcoin halving, Habibi. So what's going to happen?
What's going to happen? Nobody knows. What I can say is I think Bitcoin needs a bit of a correction.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to happen.
I think the next maybe month to 2 is going to be, I wouldn't say a big crash. I don't think it's going to be a big 30-40% crash for Bitcoin. I don't think so.
Buy the news, sell the rumor. It's going to happen.
Correct. So the Bitcoin halving is something that comes around every 4 years, and people are so excited about it, and they think, oh, the halving is going to happen. Tomorrow Bitcoin is going to go to the moon.
Can you explain real quick what the halving is?
So the halving is basically when the reward... So you have Bitcoin is 21 million Bitcoin.
Yep.
Right? And how it works, in order to secure the blockchain, you have miners. All right?
Yep.
They have these massive computers which run and they solve mathematical puzzles. Right? And the first one to solve a mathematical the problem receives as a reward a certain amount of Bitcoin. Right? Now I think, if I'm not mistaken, the current reward for solving one puzzle is 6.5. I'm not mistaken. I don't remember exactly.
Sure,
but around 6. And now, so in about a week, this reward will be halved.
Yep.
Right. So it will be more expensive to actually mine.
Yeah.
So miners, the people that secure the blockchain,
yeah,
are gonna need a lot more money to run their operations, which means that since they need the money, they might sell a bit of Bitcoin in order to cover their expenses. So that might be a catalyst.
Correct.
For a little 1 month, 2 months, kind of slowly grinding down.
But what does this mean for the long run?
Oh, for the long run, well, it's clear. Since, like I said, there's only 21 million Bitcoin.
Correct.
Out there, right? So at some point...
Even less because people are in jail, people died, people lost their wallet.
Exactly. Yeah. Millions of...
So maybe there's 18 million only. Something like this. I heard something
like
something
3 million
like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Something like that. So basically then the supply, supply and demand, right?
Correct.
The supply is, every single day is becoming less. So every 4 years the supply is halved.
Yeah.
So it's going to, with the demand increasing as well now with... BlackRock, Fidelity, with the ETF, that's going to bring a lot of demand into the space. So more demand, less supply. Over the long run is
correct.
100% going to...
That's one of the reasons why Bitcoin is better than money, like fiat, right? Why? Because they're printing money.
Yeah.
So supply and demand is fucked when it comes to real money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the market situation. So you think it's going to go down? I talked with my friends yesterday about it. They said like probably the lowest point will be 56, something like this, 58,
yeah,
56.
I think low 60s, mid 50s.
Yeah, which is, in my opinion, going to be one of the last opportunities for this bull market to really buy well.
Yeah,
right.
Correct.
So that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
just buying.
Yeah,
just put so much money into it, and see what's happening. And then what do you think? Like when is gonna, or like what is gonna be the next Bitcoin top? You think 100K?
I think it will reach, this bull market will reach 100K
Yeah.
I think quite easily. Yeah. I mean, it's from here. It's only, I think, 40%.
Correct.
So it's not too crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't like. I'm not the kind of person that likes to say, okay, it's gonna get there. You know, you have to see day by day, week by week, month by month. Look at sentiment. Look at the charts. And take it step by step. But I think 100 is very, very likely.
Yeah.
Very likely.
There's also a lot of people that talk about that this is going to be the last bull market. From there, it's going to be in.
I don't think so. It's cyclical.
Correct.
It's why would it be the last bull market if it's been 4 years that no 4 years, what am I talking about? It's been 10, 12 years that it repeats the same cycle. One thing, maybe it's not going to be completely the same. Maybe the cycles are going to become longer, right? Because the market is also maturing now with the big institutions coming in.
Yeah.
The markets are maturing, meaning there's going to be a lot more liquidity, a lot more money.
Correct.
And also now we can see that for the past year, actually, Bitcoin never dropped. Every single dip has been between 15 to 20%. And before, we used to see heavier dips.
Yeah.
30, 35, 40%.
Yeah.
Which shows the market is maturing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when, like, how long do you think this bull run will stay? The whole year, 2025.
I think it will be 2025, end of 2025.
So until end of 2025.
Yeah.
Okay. And when do you think is going to be the top of this bull market? Yeah, no, it's hard to say, but just
Hard
like
to say.
from your feeling.
Yeah, maybe mid 2025 and 2025.
So it makes sense right now to do a dollar cost average until the next year.
Yeah.
In your opinion, obviously, it's just your opinion.
Yeah,
no,
it's not, of
no
course,
financial advice.
No, not financial advice. Yeah, definitely.
Don't
not.
buy kitten coins.
Yeah, yeah, don't buy the shit coins. No, but also one thing. So let's say right now I'm also sitting on a bit of cash to be ready to invest in once you have a bit of a bigger dip, let's say. But let's say if Bitcoin drops 10%,
Mm-hmm.
once there is that 10% drop, you put 10% of your cash. It drops 20%, you put 20%. 30%, 30%.
That's one of your
I think,
investment strategies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this allows you to always have some cash on the side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case. You don't want to be balls deep and then...
Don't put everything, directly. Makes sense.
So always have some cash on the side to be able to seize the opportunities when the markets are, dipping. So buy the dip in a bull market. And also very important thing that now that we're in a bull market is it's also always better to be in Bitcoin or crypto rather than not. So don't be scared.
I love that. Yeah.
Don't be scared. Like I said, don't put everything.
Yeah.
Put 10, 15, 20% of your cash, but be in it at least.
Yeah. Don't miss it. Don't miss this opportunity.
Don't miss
because
it.
it is an opportunity.
Exactly.
No matter what.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
And if you don't know shit about crypto, after this podcast, Google it, YouTube it.
Go on YouTube.
There's
guys,
enough
there's
resources.
So much.
Correct. The internet gives you opportunities, like you can even be a doctor on YouTube.
100%.
So learn about it, research, whatever.
Maybe you can you just chat GPT, you ask it, it will...
Yeah. Maybe even text Ivan. I'm going to put your Instagram.
If you guys want to text me, 100%. I'm happy to help.
Yeah. And so what would you say is, or let's maybe talk about your top 3 coins. Obviously, it's no financial advice, but I just want to know, like, where are your biggest bets for this bull market?
So, of course, because right now I'm in the Solana ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Solana ecosystem.
So balls deep into Solana?
I would say so, yeah, pretty much. I mean, they had a crazy run already. Yeah. And some people are talking about people moving maybe to other chains because it did, the 10x this year. I know last year. Yeah. It was at $15, $20, and now it's at almost, I think it reached 200.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big multiples.
Okay.
And but for me, it works. It's so easy to use. It's smooth. Well, apart from now, you're having a bit of...
There's some problems here.
Yeah, it's a bit... You have a lot of congestion. Yeah. Because a lot of people are using it.
Correct.
But if they
Which is good. Which shows that it's good.
Exactly. Yeah. It's very low fees compared to Ethereum. I love Ethereum as well.
Yeah.
But it's... Like if you want to do a transaction, it costs $30, $40, $50 for a transaction.
Yeah. So Ethereum 2.0 is the solution. Fuck you, man.
Exactly.
Nothing happened, man.
Exactly.
It's still expensive, brother.
Exactly. Yeah. So Solana. And I'm also looking in the Base ecosystem.
Brother.
Base ecosystem.
Yeah.
So Coinbase is the blockchain that Coinbase has been developing.
There's also some shitcoins there, by the way, but no financial advice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm also kind of moving some
Same, bro, same.
plays there.
Pink sale base. No,
Sorry?
wait, is base also
Also-
pink sale? Ah,
yeah,
yeah,
they also do
true.
pink- yeah,
Yeah,
also
yeah.
pink sale, yeah.
Yeah.
And then what else? Some other I mean, of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum, those are just safe bets.
Yeah. What about AI? There's a lot of people talking
AI,
about
there's
AI.
a lot of AI, a big narrative. So this past, it's actually right now I think it's a pretty decent time to buy because since you had the Nvidia conference,
Yeah.
it kind of started, had like some big AI
Yeah.
plays have had like 30-40% pullback. So Tau Bitensor is one of the main ones. There's a bunch of a bunch of projects.
There's some altcoins I'm investing in. There like AI altcoins, So I'm also putting some money. There's like 4 or 5 altcoins where I'm putting my money, but I'm not gonna say a
Show
name
them.
here. Like better not, You never know,
yeah.
because then in the end, I'm like my comment is gonna be full. Hey, you told me that I have to put all my money into this. Like, no.
Guys, this is not financial advice.
Financial advice. I don't know shit about this thing. Bitcoin is a scam.
Yeah, I even like I feel like I've been in it since 2017, but
Yeah.
so much to learn always every single day.
Correct.
But yeah, guys, important thing is
Learn about it.
take the action, do the things,
Correct.
take action. Don't be
That's why I call this podcast Talk and Do.
Exactly.
It's all about this. Not just talk, also do.
Also
Do.
do. And it's like you also, of course, sometimes it takes a bit of time you want to be able to understand and don't just jump in the first thing you see. Of course, also it's important to, like you said, do your own research, take some time, study.
Yeah.
And then once you kind of, I don't say feel 100% comfortable with it, but if you feel like, okay, I've spent, maybe 15, 20 hours researching about something, a project, don't be too scared. Don't be too scared also.
I agree. Brother, I hope that this bull market is going to explode. And if
we haven't had the altcoin season yet.
Correct. Usually it's like this, right? First we have Bitcoin, then it's going into the alt, and then actually also the shitcoin season really happens.
So exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying, when is the top going to be? I don't know. One indicator is always look at the amount of downloads of Coinbase on the App Store, like the rankings. If you see like crypto apps are high on the App Store ranking, it means you have a lot of retail in, and it might be a good time to
That's an interesting indicator.
Start.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Or even when, like, this is quite funny, but when your grandma starts shilling you shitcoins, then it's time.
That's a good
when
point.
Your grandma is like, hey, buy this wolf with balls. It's time, guys. It's time.
1000x, when Lambo.
Yeah, when Lambo. Fuck. Yeah.
Brother, it's fuck man, I really want to talk more about crypto.
Yeah.
But as I said, like, okay, let's hope the bull market is gonna explode. It's gonna be crazy because then there's also more traffic, right? And then maybe even we get more people actually watching this podcast, right? Because I'm gonna name it something like crypto or whatever. And then we can definitely talk about the part 2, maybe. Talk
100%.
more about crypto.
It would be
right?
pleasure.
Also in a couple of months, a lot of things will change. So
Yeah.
maybe there's some things we can talk about. Like we will see what happens with AI. We'll see what happens where Bitcoin is gonna be, right? I think right now Bitcoin is like 60 something. I don't know.
I think yes, around 66, 67 right now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, but let's talk about. Is there anything you plan for in terms of future projects? Not only business, also personal life, right? Do you want to stay in Bali? What is do you want to go away? Maybe back to Chile, Spain, Italy, and wherever you lived?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So, I mean, Bali will always be a base, a home.
Yeah.
Because it's given me so much.
Yeah.
And we have, of course, having businesses here.
So you kind of.
Yeah, but it's a good base. I wouldn't say. For now it's a nice base, and the plan is just settle things down a bit, like make sure everything runs smoothly here.
Yep.
Solve the few problems that we have with the other project, for instance, and then have a bit more, let's say, time to travel around, go see family, see friends, explore the world. In the meantime, trade while traveling.
Yeah.
And then come back here 3-4 months a year.
Yeah. So you're basically Bali is your base, and
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean,
you-
now my girlfriend, she also has her own business here.
okay.
So
So you're kind of stuck here.
yeah. Well, not
Which
stuck. I
is-
wouldn't say stuck.
I
We
mean,
have-
even if we call it stuck, it's a good place to be stuck.
Is definitely
Bali
one
is
of the
that
best
place,
places to be
right?
stuck.
Yeah.
Stuck.
What? Let's also talk about like real quick about Bali. What actually what did Bali give you in terms of also same thing, not business, also personal, you know?
A lot of a lot of mistakes, a lot of beautiful people that you meet, you know. But what it taught me is that no matter, like, life is not easy.
Yeah.
You will make mistakes, and you just have to find a way to move on, move forward.
Yeah.
You know, there's always a solution. Don't let yourself down. It can be tough, but you know, talk with your friends, talk with your family, if you need to.
Yeah.
Very important. But always tell yourself you're gonna, you know, make it. You're gonna get through it, and set yourself a goal. It doesn't need to be a huge goal.
Yeah.
Step by step, you know, something that makes you feel a little excited about this goal. Not if you set yourself a goal which is too low, then it's not gonna bring the best in you.
Yeah.
Right.
And can you recommend Bali to live?
Bali to live, yeah, 100%.
Why?
100%. Because you have, first of all, the community.
Mm-hmm.
Great community of people, like-minded mindsets.
Yeah.
People want to do business. They want to learn.
Yeah.
They want to help each other. Very friendly.
Every conversation is a new business opportunity. Could be.
100%.
Could be. Which never happens in Europe because everyone is like, everything is a secret.
Correct.
You know, I don't want to talk with you about my
Correct.
business. You know, who the fuck are you? You know,
Correct.
you know, things like this. But here is way different. Everyone talks open, and like even like, hey, we should do something together. You know.
Yeah.
Like even me after this podcast, I want to offer you something in terms of crypto. No. So
no, correct. 100%. Yeah.
before I forget it, can you recommend to still buy property in Bali? Is that still a thing? Like for example, me, let's say for example, I want to buy a villa or something. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I would, because okay, the market is kind of boomed already a little bit. So
Yeah.
I always try to, if I have somebody that wants to invest, I always tell them. Actually, I also didn't mention, but I do management properties for, like, I manage other people's villas as well. Or did I? I think I quickly mentioned.
You quickly mentioned
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So you have your own.
So I manage, like, you know, close friends. Okay, I'm going away for 6 months. Can you take care of my villa, put it on Airbnb, and rent it for them?
You actually monetize it. So for example,
Yeah.
so if there's people here watching and they want to actually invest into Bali, they could come to you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Of course. I'm actually looking to build more, to expand the bamboo properties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to go more focus into that.
Yeah.
So you see it works really well.
Yeah.
So that's something you can also recommend in terms of
100%.
properties in Bali.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, we were looking with some investors from Dubai
Mhm.
to actually build a resort, like a
bamboo resort?
in Ubud.
In Ubud. Okay.
But yeah, of course, it's you know, it takes time, and
Yeah.
it would be a big project.
Yeah.
But
What's your like number one investment tip when it comes to Bali investments in terms of property?
so do your research.
Cause
Make sure that you're not getting scammed, like I did.
yeah.
And
And how do you
other-
make? I mean, you just like make sure, but how?
So what you can do is hire well-known consulting companies, you know, good notaries, lawyers, and so on to check for you. Okay, this is really the owner of this land, because sometimes they can even say, oh, like it's like I might come to you and say, yeah, this is my land, but actually it's the land of his cousin.
That's a thing, yeah. Okay.
That's the thing. So there's many different things that you know, that it could, many different ways of which it can go wrong. So really spend a bit more money on doing the research if you want to invest here in Bali, and
So you would say don't rush it.
don't rush it too much.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
a bit of time, but it's still over the long term. It's still a
And where in Bali? Because many people say, that's what I heard, but obviously I have no idea about this, that it's kind of switching from Canggu to Uluwatu, because they're building the
Correct.
infrastructure there.
correct.
I also heard it's really, really hard to actually find land in Uluwatu. Everything is sold out, right? What do you think about that? Is that true?
Yeah, what you're saying, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uluwatu is let's say the new hype.
It makes sense because it's also closer to the airport, nicer beaches, right?
Correct. Yeah, Uluwatu is beautiful. First of all,
I love it.
and it's so the land there is actually there's a bit less supply because majority is owned by big local rich families.
Okay.
Let's say.
Okay.
So they kind of have a monopoly. Let's say. So they.
Yeah. So it's hard to get.
So it's a bit harder, and they want to sell like big plots of lands, which requires millions and millions.
Okay. So if you have the opportunity, and let's say you have a good contact in Uluwatu, you would invest there.
Yes, Uluwatu. Yes,
so it's
100%.
the future.
It's like future. Also, if you go on Airbnb, for instance, there is still not so much.
I've seen that.
It's actually difficult to find. I want to go to Uluwatu and find a place even for $100 per night. Yeah, it's difficult.
When you compare
to Canggu,
especially the villas there, the villas you can see in Ubud, for example, the sizes, or like also Canggu, obviously, right? The things you can get messy, like Ronaldo villa styles, like we are literally talking about like crazy villas, right? Like 8 bedrooms, things like this. You can't really find that in Uluwatu.
Not really, no.
I also heard something. I have one friend, he's from Germany and Indonesian wife, and now they started to buy a lot of property in Lovina because he was telling me something that they are planning to build an airport in Lovina.
Correct.
So what do you think about that? Do you think that's a future project, like something you could look into?
Definitely. So the north of Bali is still pretty much, it's not as popular.
Yeah, but I love it.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I went there in February, not Lovina, but the western side.
Yeah, never been there. Actually,
it's good. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. Yeah.
Okay.
You're starting to have some small villas. But because of this airport thing. So if they would build the airport in the north, it would bring a lot of tourism as well. Because now to go to the north is about 3-4 hours. Yeah. Even though the distance is not great, but the infrastructure, the roads here are not.
So you think that might gonna happen, or is it because it's not? So in Indonesia, you never know, right?
That's the thing. So it's always they say yes, they're gonna do it. No, we're not gonna do it. And apparently now, from what I heard, it seems like they're doing it.
So you should really think about Lovina, right? In terms of property, what do you think?
Again, this is all kind of speculation. I don't know. I don't have
no financial advice.
Yeah, no financial advice.
Just from your what do you think actually?
Maybe not yet.
Okay.
Maybe not yet.
So we're talking about really long term.
Yeah,
probably.
Maybe not yet.
Also, think.
So I would focus more on Uluwatu.
Okay.
And honestly, also I've been thinking. So people that come to Bali, what is the first thing that pops up when they do a research online?
Ubud.
Correct.
Monkey forest.
Correct.
Rice fields, yoga.
Rice fields. Correct.
That's Bali.
So a lot of people, I feel like, or at least in my circle or the people that I know, they're kind of not, in a way, maybe neglecting Ubud. But I think that's actually, there's still a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
And land is a lot cheaper.
I can see why.
And land is a lot cheaper there.
Yeah. Me, myself, I could never live in Ubud because even though I never go to the beach, I like to have the beach next to me. Yeah.
So it's there, just in case.
Yeah. In case I have a bad day in Bali, which never happens, I can at least take my coconut and go to the beach, and see the sunset, right? But in Ubud, what should I do? See the rice fields, But I mean, it's obviously
a personal preference.
Yeah. Correct. Ubud is a nice place. I love Ubud. Ubud is, at least you can walk there in Ubud, because in Canggu, if you walk, everyone hates you. Yeah. The sidewalk in Canggu is to drive your scooter, not to walk, You cannot walk in Canggu. That's the thing. Correct. In Ubud, you can actually do that, right? So that's something I really like in Ubud. Also, really nice restaurants, and in general, Ubud is a nice vibe.
Yeah, it's really very nice to go for a couple of days, 2-3 days. We love my girlfriend. We love going there just for a few days, relax, take a break from Canggu vibes, and it's nice. And it's beautiful as well, just change of scenery. Yeah.
And what do you think about Lombok?
Lombok, it's also
because there's a lot of people, let's call them, who made it, buying crazy villas there right now, right?
Yeah.
Or building.
Yeah. So the difference between Lombok and Bali, I love Lombok as well.
Never
Beautiful.
been. I've never been.
You've never been?
I've never been. I'm living here 2 years. I've never been, brother.
Shit, man. Yeah, you have to go. It's beautiful. Of course, it's.
Yeah.
There's still not the tourism that you have here. Yeah. So it's still developing.
Yeah.
But it seems like it does have a bright future there. Of course, because you have surf. Mm-hmm. So why is Canggu, Seminyak, like popular destinations because
Yeah.
of the surf, right?
Yeah.
There used to be surf villages.
Yeah.
And wherever you kind of have, there's this trend where wherever you kind of have a surf spot,
It works.
It-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about because I've never been there, I don't have the experience. I've been to Gili, obviously. Gili is kind of like a part of Lombok, right?
Yeah.
But what about the culture? Because obviously it's Muslim, right?
That's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bali is Hindu. Is the only island in Indonesia which is Hindu.
Which is actually interesting. Many people don't know this, right? We have 17,000 islands here in
Yeah.
Indonesia, and only Bali is the one with Hindu.
Correct.
Do you actually know why?
So it's very, very special. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I heard something about the Indians, like actually,
Okay.
but I don't want to say anything here because I have zero idea, which is actually, I mean, I'm not from Bali, so I don't have to know. I'm from Ambon, by the way. I don't know if you heard about Ambon. Yeah, it's eastern part. Close to Raja Ampat.
Ah,
Really
okay.
close.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. I just been there.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
3 weeks ago. Something I can really recommend, Raja Ampat, bro. It's
Yeah. I did the 1 week
The sailing?
diving trip.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Raja Ampat,
That's
you just 80% of the time you're just in the water,
Yeah.
like Aquaman.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
but
amazing.
yeah.
It's amazing. And also I did Komodo during COVID.
yeah,
We did a sick road trip with
That's awesome.
motorbikes.
yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. We did Bali, Lombok, Sumbawa, Flores, all by motorbike, 1 whole month, traveling in the middle of COVID. So
Yeah.
there was nobody, like no tourists, nothing. We were the only ones, and we would arrive in like villages, and
Yeah.
people would be like, "What are they doing here? It's COVID." like-
Aliens.
yeah, aliens, pretty much.
Yeah.
But they were so friendly. They would invite us over to have dinner with them.
Yeah. Talking about other islands, by the way, sorry. Talking about other islands, also Raja Ampat, when we talk about Raja Ampat. I have one friend there who is from my island. Shout out to Rio. And he's trying to build something there right now, which is also something you could look into. It's really interesting because I think that Raja Ampat is also something where probably because like what I've seen right now, obviously I'm not 100% sure in terms of the numbers and stuff like that, but I can see that Flores, like Komodo, for example, right? It's like there's a lot of people going there right now. It's like also like a new trend, I would
Yeah.
say, right?
Yeah.
Which is not really, when you think about 10 years ago, no one was thinking about going to Komodo or like
Yeah.
Flores, really, right?
Yeah.
When you think about the hype from Flores is crazy, and I think it will take over most likely to things like Raja Ampat, right?
Yep.
So also thinking about building something there, even if it's just a diving school or something like this, brother. that
100%.
could be a crazy return of investment, right?
100%. And it's like already Raja Ampat is quite. It's pretty difficult to get there. It's like.
Correct. They're also building an airport. I heard,
yeah?
I
Okay.
heard, maybe it's still in the. I'm not 100% sure if they're not building it, but they're planning it to build, so make it easier to go there. You know what I mean? Not in Sorong, in Sorong there is one, right? In Masai.
Masai, yeah.
You know Masai? But maybe I'm talking bullshit. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, anyway, opportunities,
Yeah, correct.
right?
Yeah, Indonesia, I think in general is
Yeah.
has a lot of
Potential.
potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to Thailand, because Thailand, for example, every island is already set, kind of.
I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I mean, compared to Thailand, I have.
If you think about, because in Indonesia, you just think about Bali.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit Java, maybe a bit Lombok, maybe a bit Flores, but halas, bro. What else?
Yeah.
You know, you don't really Sumba maybe or something like this, but not really.
Sumba as well.
Yeah.
They-
However, brother, we
Yeah.
sadly have to end this podcast. As said, like maybe we're gonna
Unfortunately.
do a part 2. I'm really
Unfortunately, yeah.
would be a nice thing. Something I would
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Part 2 on the list for sure. In a
Well, is there
couple of
any
months.
chance that the audience, because you said that you can kind of help with the Villa thing, but also you do still a bit of crypto? Is there anything like any chance that they can get in touch with you? Is there anything?
Well, I have my Instagram page, crypto unchained, crypto_unchained.
I'm gonna link it. Yeah,
Yeah, and for real estate, Tropical Bali Group.
Tropical Bali Group.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
perfect.
can. I'll
Yeah. Amazing. But thank you so much for
Brother,
joining
was
me.
a pleasure.
It was a pleasure, bro. I loved it. Really,
Loved it so much.
Thank
yes.
you so much, bro.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you find some inspiration in today's episode. The story from Ivan, the crypto bracelet dealer.
Crypto bracelet. Dealer.
Yeah, and if you're excited to meet more guests, I'm gonna invite here from all over the world with the craziest business stories. And there's gonna be a lot of really, really, really interesting people joining me in the future. So don't forget to subscribe, like to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and then yeah. Also, let me know in the comments, please. What do you think about today's episode? Is there something we can improve? What do you want to see next in the next episode of Talk and Do, right? And then yeah, because obviously your ideas and feedback are crucial as you build this journey together. And yeah, do your own research, okay? Don't invest into kitten coins. And yeah, see you in the next episode of Talk and Do. Brother.
Thank you, brother. It was a pleasure.
Talk and do, and there's no mountain you will not